Please start, yes.
We did 8.16.15 to 8.16.23.
Okay.
Kashyap Muni and Aditi had done tapasya for 12,000 years in their previous lives as Sutapa and Prishni, Vasudev and Devki in order to have Lord as their son. Aditi prays to Kashyap Muni to offer a remedy to her problem. She says it's her duty to regain the kingdom that her sons deserve and also to look into their welfare. Aditi was a great devotee, but still she was attached to her sons. In the material world, material affection for family can influence a great devotee. Aditi was influenced by the ups and downs of the material world and got upset when her sons lost their kingdom. Bhagavatam reiterates that we are the soul and not the body. Our prime duty is to love and serve Krishna. But Maya is powerful that we forget our constitutional position as the spirit soul and get trapped in Maya. Problems come even to great devotees like Kashyap Muni and Aditi in the material world. Lord is equal to everyone, but he has more inclination to his devotees according to their surrender. If some nice devotee prays for you, there will be solution to all problems, and that is possible only by seva. Vaishnav seva is the key to success. Here Aditi Mata is praying to Kashyap Muni and is astonished how she is influenced by material affliction. Kashyap Muni provides remedy by inducing her to perform bhakti, and she does payovrata. For success in the material world, we must do yagna, dan, and tapa. If you want suffering in the material, then it is Kam, Krodh, and Lobh. By doing yagna, demigods bestow blessings. A pure devotee or guru tries to solve the problems of other devotees by engaging him in devotional service and offers prayers to the Lord to help him. A guru in parampara never tries to claim that he is God. In today's age, there are many false gurus who provide solutions, but they are just temporary. Tamasic go to the Bhoot Pret, Rajasic they go to powerful influential people, Sattvic go to Devi Devatas, but a devotee goes to the Lord only. Amoga Bhagavad Bhakti, this is important verse, Bhakti never fails. Bhakti should be done Tivrena with great intensity. Example is of Dhruv Maharaj who performed devotion with great intensity and he also excelled in his devotion. Devotees must increase bhakti. Lord helps the devotee when he is sincere by removing his material desires. Aditya accepts the solution to a problem given by Kashyap Muni and does Payovrata for 1 month and Lord appears in such a short period of time. Lord maintains the account of bhakti of devotees and appears to them at the right time. Like for example, Gajendra, he appeared after 1000 celestial years. Muchukunda, he used Kalnemi and appeared before him, pleased by his service to the Devtas. A guru provides solution to the problem as per parampara authorization and it's not self-manufactured. The mantras are powerful and potent only when it is authorized by parampara. Otherwise, it will not be effective. When devotees perform bhakti and simultaneously have material desires, Lord creates situations whereby devotees can give up their material desires. In some cases, he gives special mercy by taking away all his material possessions and giving him bhakti. Bhagavatam provides solutions to all problems of life. Every verse of Bhagavatam induces bhakti. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. We can start with the shlokas. Everybody can have one shloka reading in the class, like last time. Text 24. Please start with text.
16.24, verse 24. Shri Kashyapa Vacha.
Ye Kashyapa Vacha.
Tanme Bhagavan Prishta.
Ye Tanme Bhagavan Prishtha.
Raja Kamasya Padmaja.
Raja Kamasya Padmaja.
Yadahate Pravakshami.
Yad ahate pravakshyami.
Vratam Keshavatoshanam.
Varatam keshavatosham.
Shri Kashyapa Vacha, Kashyapa Muni said, Etat this, me, by me, Bhagwan, the most powerful, Prishtaha, when he was requested, Praja Kamasya, desiring offspring, Padmaja, Lord Brahma, who was born of a lotus, Yat, whatever, Aha, he said, Te unto you, Pravakshami, I shall explain, Vratam, in the form of worship, Keshava Toshanam, by which Keshava, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is satisfied. Sri Kashyapa Muni said, when I desired offspring, I placed inquiries before Lord Brahma, who is born from a lotus flower. Now I shall explain to you the same process Lord Brahma instructed me by which Keshava, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is satisfied. Here, the process of devotional service is further explained. Kashyapa Muni wanted to instruct Aditi in the same process recommended to him by Brahma for satisfying the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is valuable. The Guru does not manufacture a new process to instruct the disciple. The disciple receives from the Guru an authorized process received by the Guru from his Guru. This is called the system of disciplic succession. Evam parampara praptam imam rajarshayo vidu. This is the bona fide Vedic system of receiving the process of devotional service by which the Supreme Personality of Godhead is pleased. Therefore, to approach a bona fide Guru or spiritual master is essential. The bona fide spiritual master is he who has received the mercy of his Guru, who in turn is bona fide because he has received the mercy of his Guru. This is called the Parampara system. Unless one follows this Parampara system, the mantra one receives will be chanted for no purpose. Nowadays, there are so many rascal gurus who manufacture their mantras as a process for material advancement, not spiritual advancement. Still, the mantra cannot be successful if it is manufactured. Mantras and the process of devotional service have special power provided they are received from the authorized person.
Very, very powerful statement and very, very authentic statement. Because before coming to ISKCON, everybody was thinking that they are doing bhakti. हम भी अपने अपनी भक्ति कर रहे थे. But, you know, this evam para parampara praptam, Raj Rishaya Vidu, this we come to know when we come in the lineage of the parampara system. When a person wants to become a doctor, engineer, CA, and if he takes the books from the market on his own, he can study it. He can study it, he can understand it. But unless and until he has not entered a bona fide university, not a bogus university, bona fide university is authorized by the government, and then he studies that book under an authorized professor, and then he gives the exam, then it is bona fide. Similarly, unless and until one doesn't come in the Guru Parampara system and doesn't realize that what sacrifice our gurus and our ancestors have given, and in that line we also have to do sacrifices, then the actual mercy will come on us. Otherwise, it's very difficult to progress in bhakti. Very, very difficult. It is impossible without Guru Parampara system. Because how good that person may read the law book, CA book, engineering book without going to the authorized university, it has no value when it comes to the implementation because there is no recognition. So the same thing we have seen that how miracles people have created by following the Guru Parampara system. I just want to open up to the class few examples of the miracles that people have done by following Guru Parampara system through Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, and to Prabhupada's life. Some examples people can give. Raise their hands and some examples. Mic has to be given.
Prabhuji, you want to say means how Prabhupada, we have followed the parampara and
yes, Prabhupada is the classic example. What else? Before Prabhupada, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj, he also established 60 mathas. But that 60 matha failed because their disciples never followed the instruction what Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj told. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj wanted a GBC. He didn't wanted a single person to run the institution. And after leaving, there were fight between two parties, and ultimately the entire Gaudiya Math was distributed into single temples. So it is said that when we do not follow the authorized parampara system, ultimately destruction is there. Any other example?
Hare
To
Krishna
Bhag-
Prabhuji, I also heard about Jai Pataka Swami Maharaj. Our own Gopal Krishna Maharaj also, of course, everybody knows his seva. But Jai Pataka Maharaj also followed into Prabhupada's
Right.
his
He was
request, and
to
he
develop
worked
Maya.
very, very hard. Yeah, he worked very hard. And though
Maya.
he was from abroad,
And today we
sorry.
see in Mayapur like this, you know,
And
the
Prabhupada just instructed him to go to Mayapur. So he also learned the language, though Bengali language it was a complete foreign, leave alone Hindi. But he learned Bengali, and then he also he preached over there because Bengali was a very common. I mean, it's the native language over there. So
Yes,
he's
yes.
a very classic example of how we should be following the Guru Parampara. Hare Krishna.
And did he easily go through all the things? No, even today he's struggling.
Yes, yes,
Even
yes.
today he's fighting. Even today he's there, and you know, we can see Jayapataka Maharaj that
I think
today.
they did not bother about the hardships they were going through, and that's the reason their health, even Gopal Krishna Maharaj's health, they suffered because they I think they followed a very strict rituals about whatever Prabhupada ji has said, and they did not kuch bhi ho jaye,
You know,
like
Gopal Krishna Maharaj followed the instruction of management because Maharaj was double MBA and anything managing, you know, voluntary management. एक तो घर का भी management करना, it is so headacheful, you know. चार आदमी को manage करना, you know, wife, childrens, and it is so headacheful, you know. बच्चा, father, mother, सबको. What to speak about an institution? What to speak about, you know, where everybody is voluntary working. कल आज आया, कल निकल गया. And everybody is, you know, mental problem. सबका अपना अपना एक mental problem है. सबका काम, क्रोध, मोद, you know. Everybody has some little problem, and with that problem, they try to solve the problems of ISKCON. And in that tolerance that Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj told, how is that possible? Because they were sincere in following the instruction what Guru Maharaj gave. Any other example from Bhagavatam or Bhagavad Gita, how Guru Parampara system?
Prabhuji, what about Dhruv Maharaj?
Right, you are right, exactly right. Mother was a
Because
Shiksha.
first he took the instructions of his mother, because his mother told him, you will have to surrender to the Supreme Personality. And then when he went to the forest in search, then he met Narad Muni.
And Narad Muni was, see, one thing you have to understand. Narad Muni was sent by the Lord, actually.
Yes.
That's why it is said, Brahmande Brahmite Kon Bhagyavan Jiva. Guru Krishna Prasade Paye Bhakti Lata Bij. So Krishna and Guru arranges. If you are joined today in ISKCON or this system, it's because you may have done little bhakti in the past, and that is progressing. But one thing you have to understand, that unless and until serious commitment is not there, it's very difficult to get out of the attractions of this material world. Serious commitment has to be there. Any other example of Guru Parampara system? What about, you know, Shukdev Goswami Maharaj reciting Bhagavatam? He is not giving on his own. Whatever he has listened from Vyasadev, or whatever he has listened, or Vyasadev, what they were repeating, you know, whether it is, they are, all the recitation they have heard. That Lord had spoken to four Kumaras. The four Kumaras had spoken to and you know, Shivji. And this, you know, the conversation is always there between. You see Chitraketu Maharaj, how Chitraketu Maharaj had become a devotee. He, you know, Angira Rishi came And the second time, Narada Rishi came with Angira Rishi. So this is a classic example of the Guru Parampara system. Here also we see Kashyap Muni. He's not giving his own solution. What he heard from Brahmaji, and Brahmaji heard from the Lord. That solution, that Payovrata, he is giving. He is not giving on his own manufactured solution. So we also should not give our own manufactured solution. We have to stick to Guru Parampara system. Like Prabhupada always said, if you are in trouble, Narsingadev is always there. Please pray to Narsingadev. Narsingadev, he's there for the devotees. And we have seen even today in Mayapur, you know, Narsingadev is live, is reciprocating. If you do, if you do the puja and if you pray to Narsingadev, many of our problems have solved. And it is going on. It is going. So we have to pray. We have to pray. Okay, so we can read further. Mataji. Somebody
Hare
else
Krishna.
can. Yeah.
फाल्गुनस्यामले पक्षे
फाल्गुनस्यामले पक्षे
द्वादशं पयोव्रतम्
द्वादशः पयोव्रतम्
आचार्येद अरविन्दाक्षम्
आचार्येद अरविन्दाक्षम्
भक्त्या परमयान्वितः
भक्ता परमयामित.
Falgunasya of the month of Falguna, February and March, Amale during the bright, Pakshe fortnight, Dvadasha Aham for 12 days ending with Dvadashi, the day after Ekadashi, Payavratam accepting the vow of taking only milk, Acharyet one should worship, Arvinda Aksham the lotus-eyed supreme personality of Godhead, Bhaktya with devotion, Paramaya unalloyed, Anvitaha surcharged. Translation: in the bright fortnight of the month of Falguna, that is February and March, for 12 days ending with Dwadashi, one should observe the vow of subsisting only on milk and should worship the lotus-eyed supreme personality of Godhead with all devotion. Purport: worshipping the Supreme Lord Vishnu with devotion means following Archana Marga. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakhyam, Atma Nivedanam. One should install the deity of Lord Vishnu or Krishna and worship him nicely by dressing him, decorating him with flower garlands, and offering him all kinds of fruits, flowers, and cooked food, nicely prepared with ghee, sugar, and grains. One should also offer a flame, incense, and so on while ringing a bell as prescribed. This is called worship of the Lord. Here it is recommended that one observe the vow of subsisting only by drinking milk. This is called Payovrata. As we generally perform devotional service on Ekadashi by not eating grains, it is generally recommended that on Dwadashi one not consume anything but milk. Payavrata and Archana devotional service to the Supreme Lord should be performed with a pure devotional attitude, that is Bhaktya. Without Bhakti, one cannot worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Bhaktya mam abhijanati yavan yasaya chashmi tatvataha. If one wants to know the Supreme Personality of Godhead and be directly connected with Him, knowing what He wants to eat and how He is satisfied, one must take to the process of bhakti. As recommended here also, bhaktya paramayavantitah, one should be surcharged with unalloyed devotional service. Hare Krishna.
One thing you should understand, there are many vratas. And Guru and Acharyas give that vrata according to time, place, and circumstances. So, the most important vrata Srila Prabhupada has given us, that somehow or other we should continuously engage in Kirtana. That is Nama Kirtana and Guru Kirtana. And one thing is very, very important. Yajna, Dana and Tapa. Tapa, the more you do, अपने शरीर को तपाएंगे आप. जितना तपा सकते हो तपाएंगे. Lord is more pleased. Is more pleased. Because the jivas have bhoga tendency. And that bhoga tendency is not at all required in the spiritual life. Unless and until that mentality of bhoga is not destroyed. निजे इंद्रिय प्रीति वांछा तारे धरे काम नाम, कृष्ण इंद्रिय प्रीति वांछा तारे धरे प्रेम नाम. So we have to take the vrata in which voluntary tapasya is there. That will please the Lord. Can anybody describe other vratas which people have taken in Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita? Like Dhruv Maharaj had taken the vrat, that's right. What else? Prahlad Maharaj had taken the vrata of preaching, to follow the instructions. And that's why Prahlad Maharaj even instructed his, Asura's children, Asura's classmates. And very nicely, he was continuously following the instructions of Naradji, Prahlad Maharaj. And that is how he got success. And we see in the Bali Maharaj, in the future also Bali Maharaj, he stick to the vrata and he gave everything following the footstep of Prahlad Maharaj. And that is how Lord was pleased with Bali Maharaj. We'll see all these things in future. Any other vrata which you can remember, like Bhishma Dev did a vrata of keeping Akhanda Brahmachari and serving to the nation. That was his duty that he had taken for the cause. He was the prince of that kingdom. But for the sake of father, he had not married, because that is what the Satyavrata Mata had given, asked for the, that promise from Bhishma Dev that he will not get married because you are the actual prince and my children will not get. And ultimately what happened? Both of the children died. So when you keep a wrong demand to a Vaishnava, ultimately you are at loss.
Amrish Maharaj.
Amrish Maharaj had taken a vow, right? How vow that you serve the Vaishnavas and then only eat. And if you remember, this is all the story in Satyuga. So when Durvasa Muni was running, and Sudarshan Maharaj was going behind, for 1 year he waited in Satyuga. 1 year he waited. And he didn't eat, he was only drinking water during that 1 year. That is mentioned. So these are the strong determination things which we learn from our devotees, and that strong determination pleases the Lord actually with that determination. आपके पास है क्या? You don't have anything, but you have that determination, and that determination quality attracts the Lord actually. Any other example which you can remember of the vrata?
Prabhuji, Ram Maryada Purushottam being
Yeah.
one vrata.
Ek patni vrata. Ek patni vrata he had taken. Yeah. He, as a king, it was authorized him to have many wives. But for that one patni, vrata, he went to Lanka and rescued her just to show that how actual the human being should remain as a one pati vrata. And then next time he had taken the vrata of serving as a king. He became a king after returning. And in that vrata, if the wife had to be, left out for the cause of the country cost was very high for Lord Ramchandra. And that's why that vrata, as a king, he left Sita Mata also in that vrata. Srila Prabhupada tells us to follow the 4 regulative principles. No meat eating, no gambling, no intoxication, no illicit sex life. उसमें ही हमारी हालत खराब हो जाती है, एकादशी फॉलो करने में हमारी हालत खराब हो जाती है. रीडिंग करना है हमें, we have to do chanting, we have to offer everything, but you know our determination आज है, कल उड़ जाएगा वो determination, you know. Like, many people on the 31st December take a lot of determination in the material world also. 1st January से अपना health increase करूंगा, health down करूंगा, 2-4 दिन जू पे जाते हैं, और after that, सब गायब, जो था पहले का वैसे ही आ जाता है.
New
तो
Year
the
resolution.
या न्यू ईयर, बहुत से हम लेते हैं. Any other incidents where you can remember about the vrata the people have taken?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Parikshit Maharaj also, at the end of his life, he had kept this vrata that he will listen to the Srimad Bhagawatam,
Not eat,
not eat or
anything,
whatever,
or not drink also.
no drinking water, no eating.
And that's why he's called Acharya of listening,
That is why he is one of the Mahajanas.
Yeah, Acharyas of the Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, right?
So he had taken the vrata not to, till he would quit his body.
So when we are listening, we should not be eating, or we should not be focusing on anything else. That should be the gravity. And 7 nights, 7 days, they were listening. And all the people who were sitting there, they were listening for 7 nights and 7 days.
And
That was
Swami told him also, do you want to have food or drink or something? But he just refused. Yes. And,
See,
because she has shown how Vaishnavas quit their body. This is what, and all the sages that come to see how a great Vaishnava quits his body at the end of how he leaves the body.
And at the time of, Bhishma Dev also, he could have easily left, but he wanted to have the darshan of the Lord. For 40 days he was standing there, and he never complained, actually. Not complaining to Lord was his vrata. Bhishma Dev. That why you put me in such a situation, odd situation. But at that time also, waiting for so many days, all the drop of blood which was there in his body had drained away. And he was waiting for the Lord. You see the vrata of Shabri. From childhood, she's waiting. Why? Up to old age. My Guru had told, one day, Lord Ram will come and you have to serve him. So she used to clean the ashram every day without fail. She used to bring that bear every day. And every day she used to wait, on that path, and just remembering, Lord will be coming. See, that is called strong vrata. And that's why Shabri is so, great in that vrata of. Any other incidents people can remember?
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yes.
Can I put an example of Arjun that he took the vow to practice the archery whole night and become expert in that skill?
Yeah, see, these are vows. In any field, you have to take determination, any field, material field also, or spiritual field also. Unless and until the determination is not there, success is not there. Any other incidents of bhakti?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, what about Srila Prabhupada at the end of his life, not eating, not drinking, but yet he was speaking Bhagavatam, constantly recording the Bhagavatam on the dictaphone, constantly.
Constantly.
And also answering questions of all his disciples. He's quoted so many verses at the last few days. The Hinosmin Yatha Day is one of the verses he has quoted.
Yes. So these are the live example. Even today, people can do that. Actually, in tapasya, when we do tapasya, bhook pyas kam ho jati hai. That should be reduced. And that is what this Payodri Vrata is ultimately trying to say. And it should be focused for Krishna. Like you see, uh, these people who are Vaikunthavasi, they have very, very strong determination. They have very strong determination. Like, see, Jai Vijay, when they came and they were given the role, Jai Vijay, to become an Asura. तो जब हिरण्यकशिपु ने तपस्या की थी with that determination, wow, so great determination Hiranyakashipu showed. Huh? So these are some of the qualities that Vaikuntha people have. That not a single person in this universe was able to match with the determination of Hiranyakashipu. Why? Because he was a Parshad of Lord. So the Parshad of Lord have so much great determination that Hiranyakashipu stood on one toe with the hands up, and his entire body was eaten away by the insects, and only the bone was there. In that determination, and that's why Brahmaji had to come and tell him to stop the tapasya. That was the determination they have. Asura people also have determination, and that's why Shivji, we know about the Bhasmasur Leela, that how with determination he was cutting his hand and everything to satisfy Shivji. He was ready to cut even the head. And that's why Shivji came and told. But see, the Asura problem is that even doing by tapasya, their propensity to enjoy doesn't go away. But that is not the case of Bhakti, who follows in the line of Parampara. We see Shibi Maharaj. The incidence is there in the history, Shibi Maharaj, that he was fasting. And how, one person was coming when he was having, after 40 days, the food. And, eating. When the Brahmana came, when the Kshatriya came, and then, the dog eater came. And ultimately he gave away and he told to the Lord, prayed to the Lord, that I want that all the sufferings which are there in this world should come to me, with that determination.
Raja Harishchandra had taken a vow that when he was giving everything away.
Yes, the vows of Satyavrata, and that's why he had to surrender everything to, Vishwamitra, right? So there are so much cases of history of that vow. Any other incidents?
Ashwatham. Also, not from the Bhagavatam, but Bhakti Siddhant Saraswati Thakur had also taken. He had 10 years. He was doing tapasya. He was only surviving on.
आपको मालूम है उन्होंने एक बार आम है ना, मैंगो, भगवान को ऑफर किया बिना खा लिया था
He had
बचपन
taken
में.
a vrat that he will not eat the His father had scolded him that why did you eat before offering? So
Yeah.
whole life he did not taste mango at all. He did not eat mango at all. That was also one vrat.
ऐसे ऐसे हमारे आचार्य हुए हैं. एक्चुअली वी आर नॉट फिट टू बी इन दिस गुरु परंपरा सिस्टम, लेकिन कैसे भी चैतन्य महाप्रभु की मर्जी है कि हमको फिट करवा दिया है. आर यू अंडरस्टैंडिंग? Right?
Prabhuji, what about the tapasya done by Sutapa and Prishni for 12,000 years just because they wanted Lord as their son?
Yeah, and eating only leaves.
Yes, only leaves surviving. And
ये सब
because they want.
मतलब this all when we listen ना, ऐसा लगता है सब झूठ मूठ है, सब ऐसा लगता है.
Yes.
How is that possible? Because we
Cannot relate.
We cannot relate because we relate to our body, which is in Kali Yuga body, right?
Yes, and then Lord appeared as Prishni Garbha.
Yes. Okay, so we can go further.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Sinni valyamrada lipya
Ini valya mridalipya
Nayat Krodak Vidirnaya
nayat krodha vidhirnaya
Yadi Labhyete Vaishrotdasi
yadhi labhyate vaishrotya
Etam Mantram Udiraye.
etam mantram udiraye.
10 Valium on the dark moon day, Brida with dirt, Alipya smearing the body, Snayat one should bathe, Krodha Vidirnaya dug up by the tusk of a boar, Yadi if Labhyate if it is available, Vai indeed, Srotasi in the flowing river, Etam Mantram this mantra, Udirayit one should chant. If dirt dug up by a boar is available on the day of the dark moon, one must smear this dirt on his body and then bathe in a flowing river. While bathing, one should chant the following mantra.
See, one thing you should understand. This is the vidhi which Kashyap Muni is giving to Mata Aditi. Another thing you have to understand, Tamasi life, Rajasi life, Sattvic life, and Shuddha Sattvic life. Even if you want to become a great Tamasi in Tantra, Mantra, Bhoot, Pret, and after you want to swim become a Bhoot, in that also you have to take a vrata. Jhuta jhuta vrat lena padta hai. Huh? And if you want to become a Rajasi, राजसी बनने के लिए भी आपको वो जो अच्छा राजसी आदमी है उसका आपको चमचा बनना पड़ता है, एक व्रत लेना पड़ता है, एंड देन यू बिकम अ नाइस राजसी पर्सन. बट अल्टीमेटली इन राजसी लाइफ व्हाट हैपेंस, जब तक काम निकलता है तब तक सब अच्छे हैं, जैसे ही काम निकल गया एवरीथिंग इज फिनिश. In Tamasi life, what happens when you take a vrata? You try to kill the guru itself. Huh? You kill the guru in Tamasi vrata. In Rajasi vrata, you remain with that guru doing the vrata up to the time अपना काम निकल गया. जैसे ही काम निकल गया भूल जाओ. In Sattvic also, if you take a guru and a samvrata to be successful, that time also what happens, you become successful by following that sattvic person. But the ultimate, see, you will go to Swargaloka and then also you'll come back. But when we take vrata in bhakti, it is akshay. It will never go free. That is the difference. आपको व्रत तो लेना पड़ेगा. हाँ, अगर आपको काम धंधा भी करना है तो उसमें भी भाई सुबह उठ के भाई पूरा दिन काम करना पड़ेगा टेंशन के साथ. ऐसा नहीं है कि यू विल गेट आउट ऑफ दैट व्रत. एवरीबडी, दिस इज कॉल्ड असुचि व्रत. इन भागवतम इट इज कॉल्ड असुचि व्रत. Asura takes vrata, but they are asuchi, which ultimately gives them tension because it is centered around self enjoyment. It is not centered around Krishna. It is not centered around upliftment of the guru. व्रत तो करना है लेकिन असुचि व्रत करते हैं. That is the problem. So here when we are seeing these vratas are done for the pleasure of the Lord, and that result is akshay. And now every vrata, like आज अभी बाद में जैसे चतुर्मास में there have to be Shravan vrata is there for Devi Devatas. All this are given in the scriptures for that mentality of people, with Rajagun mentality of people. भाई तुम ये व्रत at least करो, व्रत की आदत गिराओ. that व्रत तपस्या आदत गिराओ भाई. हफ्ते में एक दिन तो एटलीस्ट दिस पीपल हम लोग एक दिन हम लोग नॉनवेज नहीं खाएंगे. दैट इज आवर व्रत. दिस टाइप ऑफ पीपल. हम मंगलवार को नहीं खाएंगे या कौन से गुरुवार को नहीं खाएंगे. दिस टाइप ऑफ व्रत दे टेक. So why in the scriptures such vratas are given? To induce them at least to take up the habit of tapasya. That is the reason, not for sense enjoyment. We have to understand, when Vyasadeva had written all these shastras, it was just to induce the Jivatman for the upliftment. But when Naradji came, and saw that Vyasadeva himself, for giving all these rules and regulations of the tapasya, is not satisfied, and he told that you have not given the message of pure bhakti, pure love, and you have not given the sar of all these Puranas. Unless and until you do not give, everybody will take what suits to them for sense gratification, and that will reject. And that is what is happening in the name of religion throughout the world. In the name of religion. And that's why the fights are there. You know, details may vary. The principle is the same. But in, understanding the principle to love and serve God, they do not understand that day. They go into the detail and take what detail suits to them for sense gratification, and rest they leave it out. That is the problem. व्रत तो आपको करना ही पड़ेगा. पैसे कमाओगे तो भी आपको एकदम वो करना पड़ता है. आपको नास्तिक बनना होगा तो भी आपको ऐसे लोगों के साथ में रहना पड़ेगा, भूत प्रेत बनना पड़ेगा, नरक जाना पड़ेगा. But the problem is that everybody wants enjoyment. Why everybody wants enjoyment? Because we are born, anand abhyasa. We are unsure of the Lord. So having enjoyment in things is our basic constitution. But the problem is because of ajnana, because of not knowing properly, we go in a wrong direction for that enjoyment. And that's where we suffer. Please read further.
Text, Hare Krishna. Text 27.
Yeah.
Tvam divyadivarahen
Tvam divyadivarahena
tasayah sthanam icchata
tasaya sthanam icchata
yadhartasi namastubhyam
dhartasi namastubhyam
papamana me pranashaya.
apamana me pranashaya.
Tvam, you, Devi, O Mother Earth, Adivarahena,
Yes, read it.
yes, Prabhu, just a minute. I lost some.
By the Supreme Personality of Godhead in the form of boar.
Adivarahena, by the Supreme Personality of the God in the form of a boar. Rasayaha, from the bottom of the universe. Tanam, a place. Ichhata, desiring. Udatrasi, you have been raised. Navatubhyam, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. Papamanam, all sinful activities and their reactions. Me, of me. Pranashaya, please undo. Translation. O Mother Earth, you were raised by the Supreme Personality of God in the form of a boar because of your desiring to have a place to stay. I pray that you kindly vanquish all the reactions of my sinful life. I offer my respectful obeisances unto you.
So this is, see, every day when we get up, at least when we get up, we should pray to Mother Earth. Mother Earth is lively. It has taken the form of a cow and visited Brahmaji, and from that, and Lord appeared to reduce the burden of the Mother Earth. So praying the Mother Earth, we should remember the pastime of how she got married to Varadev. She is Varapati. And that's why racing, when you take up morning, there is one shloka which people sing. I do not, can anybody remember the Prithvi shloka, Prithvi Devi shloka?
Paragre vasate. नहीं, not that.
Yeah.
Samudre vasne. Samudre
Yeah.
vasne.
Samudre Vasane. Right. Samudre Vasane, that is.
Varvastan Mandi.
Yeah. So this is the shloka of. So every day when you get up, at least pray to Mother Earth, saying that you are Bharapatni and you are bearing all the sins of the so many papas. Please help me to reduce my sin, so I can do bhakti. So get up and touch the earth and pray to Mother Earth that she is bearing me. हमारे जैसे पापे को हमको झेल रही है. Okay, please read further.
Text 28.
Yeah.
Nirvartita atma niyamo.
Nirvite atmana niyamo
Devam archeta samahita.
evam archita samahita
Archayam Sandile Surye
Archayam Stanile Surya
Yaleva no Gurau Api
Yare Vahano Guru Api. Each and every word.
Nirvartita finished Atma Niyama, the daily duties of washing, chanting other mantras, and so on, according to one's practice. Devam, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Archit, one should worship. Samahita, with full attention. Archayam, unto the deities. Standile, unto the altar. Surya, unto the sun. Jale, unto the water. Vahnau, unto the fire. Gurau, unto the spiritual master, Api, indeed. Thereafter, one should perform his daily spiritual duties and then, with great attention, offer worship to the deity of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and also to the altar, the sun, water, fire, and the spiritual master. Hare Krishna.
Lord, when got up, na, Surya, Radharani also used to offer, water to Surya Dev. It's very, very important to offer Archa, Surya Dev. And every day when I offer water to Surya Dev, I say, Yat Chakshureshu Savita Sakala Grahana Raja Samasta Surmurti Ashesha Teja Yasya Agyaya Brahmati Sambrita Kala Chakro Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. I remember Surya Dev by offering water that you are the eyes of the Lord. And we remember by praying to Surya Dev that in Bhagavad Gita, it was you who was first given the message of Bhagavad Gita. Lord says, first I gave this message to Surya Dev. He is a great devotee. And all the family of Surya Dev is a great devotee. Who are they? Can anybody tell who are the sons of Surya Dev? It is Yamraj. It is Yamuna Devi. And Manu. These are all sons of Surya Dev. Great. Yamraj. Mahajana. Yamuna, Patni of Lord. So we remember their lineage and we give the water to the Surya Dev in that remembrance. And we say that you are the eyes of the Lord. That way we remember Surya Dev. We connect each and every item which is there in this world with Lord Krishna. We do not separate and see anything from Krishna. We connect, and that is bhakti. We offer. ऐसा नहीं हम आज कृष्ण भक्ति बन गए तो किसी को भी आदर नहीं करना है. We have to give first honor to Prithvi Dev, to Sun God, to Jala, and everybody. Please. And that's why for us, the morning vrata is to get up and do Mangala Arati. Prabhupada says, morning program for devotees, if 50% of their bhakti is done of that. If they are not doing the morning program starts before Mangala Arati and it ends after Bhagavatam class. That is morning. So 50% of your sadhana is done properly. If you don't take that vrata properly, then your bhakti will not progress. So please read further.
29. Namastubhyam Bhagavate
Namastubhyam Bhagavate
Shaya Mahiyase
Purushaya Mahiyashe
Nivasaya
Sarvabhuta Nivasaya
Devaya Sakshine
Vasudevaya Sakshine.
Namatubhyam, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you, Bhagavate, unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Purushaya, the Supreme Person, Mahiyasa, the best of all personalities, Sarvabhuta Nivasaya, the person who lives in everyone's heart, Vasudevaya, the Lord who lives everywhere, Sakshine, the witness of everything. Translation. O Supreme Personality of Godhead, greatest of all, who lives in everyone's heart and in whom everyone lives, O witness of everything, O Vasudeva, supreme and all-pervading person, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. Hare Krishna.
See, one thing you see in the process of the vrata or puja, we first give offering to Guru, we first give offering to Vaishnavas. And that's why, in ISKCON, When we do Mangala Aarti, we do not sing anything else, but we see Guru Vandana. Why we sing Guru Vandana in Mangala Aarti and we do not sing anything else? Because we sing to please, it is because of the Guru that we are able to see the Lord. And that's why we sing Guru Vandana first, in front of the Lord in the morning. We sing Tulsi Aarti because Tulsi is the Bhakti Devi. And that's why we sing Tulsi Aarti. We sing Narsingha Pranam. All these things we do. We come in the temple, we pray to all Vaishnavas first. Gave the obeisances to Vaishnava. We pray to Tulsi Mara, we pray. Because that is what, So any puja, आप घर में भी अगर, before coming to ISKCON also, if you keep a puja and in the house also, they call Ganesh ji. Ganesh, Ganesh pujan is very, very important. And when if you take a sankalpa of any puja, they call Sthana Devata, they call, all the devatas. Sthana Devata is there, Pitru is there, then the, Bhuta, this Bhairav is there. In that puja, they first offer, and then, I used to do this Satyanarayan Vrata for many, many years on Poonam days. And the main thing of the Satyanarayan Vrata is offering Tulasi leaves with the name of the Lord at the feet of the Lord. That is the main puja. And that 4 story of, Kalavati and all that thing is a secondary part where after offering of prasad, how the prasad was dishonored. And because of the dishonoring of the prasad, how all the havoc happened in the life. That is the katha. But actually, when you start that Satyanarayan puja, the ahvan has to be done of all the devatas, of all the people. So, in our bhakti process, we have to understand. Here also you see, first, it's not praying to the Lord, but praying to the subordinate. देखो आपको मोदी के पास जाना होगा ना, तो मोदी के सेक्रेटरी लोग को पहले खुश रखना पड़ेगा, उनसे कांटेक्ट अच्छे रहना पड़ेगा, पीए लोग से अच्छे रखना पड़ेगा. Then it is possible that ये आपका मतलब वहां पे recommendation अच्छा होगा. You cannot go directly and say, Modi, I love you, I love you. Arey, you have to first clear that is what is Guru Parampara system. You have to serve that dedication with all the Vaishnavas first. Vaishnavas जब तक recommend नहीं करेंगे भगवान को आपके बारे में, I don't think so there is any chance of going back to the spiritual world. And Mother Devi is Vaishnava, Surya Devi is Vaishnava. This, all the devatas are Vaishnavas. That we have to understand. Please read further, Mataji.
Namo Avyaktaya, text 30. Namo Avyaktaya Sukshmaya.
Namo Avyaktaya Sushmaya.
Pradhana Purushaya Cha.
Pradhana Purushaya Cha.
Chaturvimshat Gunogyaya.
Chaturvinsha Gunogyaya.
Gunasankhya Hetave.
Gunasankhya Hetave.
Nama, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. Avyaktaya, who are never seen by material eyes. Sukshmaya, transcendental. Pradhana Purushaya, the Supreme Person. Cha also, Chatuvimshat, 24. Gunagyaya, the knower of the elements. Guna Sankhyana, of the Sankhya Yoga system. Hetave, the original cause. I offer my respectful obeisances unto you, the Supreme Person. Being very subtle, you are never visible to material eyes. You are the knower of the 24 elements, and you are the inaugurator of the Sankhya Yoga system.
So in this shloka, now the prayers and the qualities of the Lords are mentioned. All the prayers. If you see, whether you take Bhishma's Stuti, whether you take Kunti's Stuti, whether you take Devatas when in the Garbha going and Brahmaji speaking the Stutis, or any Stuti or any Vrata, Lord's qualities are glorified. In our Guru Parampara system, we sing Brahma Samhita. Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha अनादि आदिर गोविंद सर्व कारण चारणम चिंतामणि प्रखर सद्म सुकल्प वृक्ष लक्षावृतेर सुसुरभि अभिपालयन्तम लक्ष्मी सहस्र शत संभ्रम सेव्यमानम गोविंदमादि पुरुषम तमहं भजामि वेणुकुलंतर अरविंद दलायताक्षम बहरा वसंतमसिदंबुद सुंदरांगम कंदर्प कोटि कमनीय विशेष शोभम गोविंदमादि पुरुषम तमहम. So such types of prayers where Lord is glorified, we have to sing. That is called Vandanam Bhakti. And in all the prayers, qualities of the Lord are mentioned. And here also we see Lord's qualities are mentioned. In Bhagavad Gita, also Lord says in the 8th chapter, Kavim Puranam Anushashitaram Ano Aniyam Smam Anuswaredya Sarvasya Dhataram Achintya Rupam Aditya Varanam Tamasa Parasta. How I should be remembered? Lord says in the Bhagavad Gita, this shloka, Kavim Puranam. I'm Kavim. I know everything. I'm Puranam. Kavim Puranam Anushashitaram. I control everything. Anushasitaram. Ano Aniyam. I am the smallest of the smallest. Anu. Sarvasya Dhataram Achintya Rupam. My Rupa is Achintya. That is way one should be remembering. Aditya Varna. Ekdam bright. We have seen Lord shown that Aditya Varna so many times. Virat Rup when was shown. Thousands of suns when animate, that light cannot match. When Lord Duryodhan wanted to catch the Lord, that time also he emanated the Brahma Rupa. It is said Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when sitting with Sarva, that Bhakti in Mayavadi's people, that time also he emanated his brightness. Yesterday I was listening about Mirabai. Are Bapre. So beautiful, Mirabai, how she left the body. She left the body in Dwarka, in Dwarkanath. And that situation was created because of the offense done by his Devar, Rana, in Mewar. What happened? There was drought. Everything was getting destroyed. Everything, there was nothing happening over there because of the offense done to Mirabai. And, the king was asking what to do, what is the solution? They said, you have to bring Mirabai back. You have to bring Mirabai back. That is the only solution. So all the Brahmanas were sent by the king, the Devar of Mirabai. And they went to Dwarka because first she was sent to Vrindavan, then she was sent to Dwarka. Because Lord told you should go to Dwarka. And she stayed in Dwarka. But when this all Brahmanas came, they did anshan. Because the king had told to the Brahmana, if you can bring her back, whatever you demand, your pidi ke pidi hum tumhare ko de denge dhan mein. But you bring Mira back. And at that time, when they were fasting, the Brahmanas were fasting at Gomati river. That time Mirabai told that do not want to go again back to that place. I have left everything. And she told, if Krishna says, I'll return back. We'll go to Dwarkadish. We'll stand in front of Dwarkadish. And Krishna orders me, I'll go. In the morning, Mangala Arati, all the Brahmanas came. So beautiful leaving, the Mirabai leaving the body. So beautiful incident. And with the tears in the eyes, Mirabai, because she was in a mood of a wife. She was speaking in the mood of that love to the Lord. What are you doing? Whatever you decide, I will do. You are my life. That is where she was praying in the last bhajana. Lijo, very nice words are there. Tears started flowing, after listening to that song. And she was crying in front of the Samaj of the Mangala Arati. And she was praying, whatever you want to do with me. First you send me you told me to go, you got me married. Then I had got married to you first. Then you send me to Vrindavan. Then you sent me to Dwarka. Now again, I do not want to have the chapter of going back to Mewar. Whatever you decide. At that time, bright light came. Lord appeared from the Vigraha. Bright light came, and everybody in the Mangalarti was astonished. And the light, the light from the body of the Lord, he came in the form of a Dula, Lord. And entire light was, everybody was not able to see anything because of that light. And she was singing, 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 and she embraced the Lord. Huh? Embraced the Lord, and Lord took him in the Vigraha. And when the light dimmed, everybody was asking, where is Meera? Where is Meera? So, what was happening? The chundari of Mirabai was there in the heart of the Lord, and it was hanging down. And the pujari tried to hold the chundari, and it went inside, 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 and he was not able to hold it off. And everybody understood that Meera has now disappeared in the body of the Lord. And that way, Mirabai lived. And so nice bhajan, the last singing of, tears started flowing. Even if you sing that tune, huh, behind that Mirabai, that last lines, it's so beautiful. So that light that comes from the Lord, Aditya Varna, that is what we have to pray. Achha. Read for
the lecture in the group. We can all
huh?
listen to
Prabhu?
the lecture in the group so we can listen to Mirabai. Lecture in the group so that all of us
Lecture,
can listen.
lecture in the group.
Yeah, the lecture you heard on Mirabai, you can send
Yeah.
forward the.
But that was not from our parampara, it was from Vrindavan actually. Indradesh Maharaj had speaking about Mirabai. So I tried to find out from our parampara system, but actually it was so beautiful. Tears were just flowing on.
The Brajvasi, so very well.
So when we listen to all these things, na Prabhuji, Mataji, we understand that Lord is still there in the Vigraha. The Lord is still there. This Dwarka Leela, I didn't knew that how Lord manifested the Swarupa over there, and the light was there, and everything was bright, and nobody was able to see. Nobody was able to see. Only Meera was able to go, and the Chudri was going inside. One, and the Pujari was trying to hold. And she disappeared in the Vigraha of Dwaraka. So even today she is staying in Dwaraka as a Patrani. Okay, so we'll read further. We'll come to Payovrat.
Prabhuji, have we to read the purport of this? Text 30.
Purport. Yeah, please read the purport.
Chaturvimshat Guna, the 24 elements are the 5 gross elements, earth, water, fire, air, and ether. The 3 subtle elements, mind, intelligence, and false ego. The 10 senses, 5 for working and 5 for acquiring knowledge. The 5 sense objects and contaminated consciousness. These are the subject matter of Sankhya Yoga, which are inaugurated by Lord Kapil Dev. This Sankhya Yoga was again propounded by another Kapila, but he was an atheist and his system is not accepted as bona fide. Hare Krishna.
I remember that when in that shloka, in that Mirabai, when she was praying to the Lord, she was saying, my position has become so much in your remembrance. इतना अभी मेरे को आपका remembrance हो रहा है that I am not able to, भूख नहीं लगती दिन में. I am not able to eat anything. भूख मर जाइए मेरे, in your separation. And at the night time, I'm not able to sleep at all. Not a single minute I'm able to sleep because of your separation. So in that mood, how can I go back? I'm not able to eat. I'm not able to sleep because of you. So this is the way she was speaking to, that Lord. And after that, the words are there very beautiful. If you want, I can send that Maharaj's link in the group. You can see that video. But at least the tears will start flowing. Tears will start flowing. Okay. So text 31. Text 31, somebody can read.
1. Namo Dvi, Namo. Yeah.
Namo Dvishishne Tripade
Namo Dvisha Shishne Tripade
Chatu Shringaya Tantave
Chaturshringaya Tantave
Hastaya Yajnaya
Sapsastaya Yagyaya
Trai Vidyatmane Namaha.
Jai Vidyatmane Namaha.
Namaha, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. Vishirsne, who have 2 heads, Tripade, who have 3 legs, Chatu Shringaya, who have 4 horns, Tantave, who expand, Saptahastaya, who have 7 hands, Yajnaya, unto the Yajna Purusha, the supreme enjoyer. Trai, the 3 modes of Vedic ritualistic ceremonies, Vidya Atmane, the personality of Godhead, the embodiment of all knowledge. Namaha, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. Translation. I offer my respectful obeisances unto you, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who have 2 heads, Prayaniya and Udayaniya, 3 legs, Savanatraya, 4 horns, the 4 Vedas, and 7 hands, the 7 Chandas, such as Gayatri. I offer my obeisances unto you, whose heart and soul are 3 Vedic rituals, Karma Kanda, Jnana Kanda, and Upasana Kanda, and who expand these rituals in the form of sacrifice.
Very nice. Text 32.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Namo
Namah Shivaya Rudraya,
Shivaya Rudraya,
Namah Shakti Dharaya Cha,
Namo Shakti Dharaya Cha,
Sarva Vidyadipataye,
Sarva Vidyaya Pate,
Tanam Pataye Namaha.
Bhutanam Pataye Namaha.
Namaha, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. Shivaya, the incarnation named Lord Shiva. Rudraya, the expansion named Rudra. Namaha, obeisances. Shakti Dharaya, the reservoir of all potencies. Cha and Sarva Vidya Dipataye, the reservoir of all knowledge. Bhutanam, of the living entities. Pataye, the Supreme Master, Namaha, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. Translation. I offer my respectful obeisances unto you, Lord Shiva or Rudra, who are the reservoir of all potencies, the reservoir of all knowledge, and the master of everyone. Purport as well. Okay. It is the system for one to offer obeisances unto the expansion or incarnation of the Lord. Lord Shiva is the incarnation of ignorance, one of the material modes of nature.
Text 33.
Hare Krishna.
Yes.
Namo Hiranyagarbhaya
Namo Hiranyagarbhaya
Pranaya Jagadatmane
Pranaya Jagatatmane
Yogeshwaraya Shariraya
Yogeshwaraya Shariraya
Namaste Yoga Hetave.
Namaste Yoga Hetave.
Namaha, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. Hiranyagarbhaya, situated as the 4-headed Hiranyagarbha, that is Brahma. Pranaya, the source of everyone's life. Jagat Atmane, the super soul of the entire universe. Yoga Aishwaraya Shariraya, whose body is full of opulences and mystic power. Namaste, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. Yoga Hetave, the original master of all the mystic power. Translation. I offer my respectful obeisances unto you, who are situated as Hiranyagarbha, the source of life, the super soul of every living entity. Your body is the source of the opulence of all mystic power. I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. Hare Krishna.
So we'll stop the class over here. It is 9 o'clock now. I hope we will take the takeaway from today's class in 5-10 minutes. Everybody should repeat or remember what are the class important points of today's class. In 5-10 minutes, we can recall. People can raise their hands and recall the important points. Mic should be given. आज के क्लास में टेक अवे पॉइंट्स क्या था? बेस्ट पॉइंट. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, we discussed about the various vratas in this class today, where everybody was in the Bhagavad and Bhagavatam, where different vratas were taken by Bhishma Maharaj, then Ashwathama and Ramji, and so that's what my takeaway, and that is what we have to think that we have to take to.
Ashwathama had taken a wrong vow. Huh? He has not taken a right vow.
Taken a wrong vow, so we shouldn't follow the same of Ashwathama.
I also spoke about, if you know, I also spoke about in all field you have to take vows. Tamasi vow, Rajasi.
That's what we have to first take a vow to follow the Guru Parampara, which is the most important vow, and we have to, and we should stick to it for our whole life. That's what that is one takeaway, and we have to follow the Guru Parampara. Hare Krishna.
Sundari Radha Devidasi also wants to speak. If you can unmute her. I think she is raising her hand. No? Okay. Okay. Somebody else.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Initially, first point we spoke about were the mantras. So it is mentioned in the Bhagavatam, and you also reiterated the fact that mantras have got special powers, provided they should be followed in a disciplic succession. Mantras we should follow the mantras given by our acharyas and not something whimsically. Then only they have the power.
Yes. Right. Very nice point. Any other point?
Can I speak on Mirabai?
Yeah, Mirabai, you can speak.
Mirabai, from the childhood, her mother had given her the Girdhar Gopal Murti, and told her that this is everything for you.
It is your pati.
Yes. And from the very beginning, she was always thinking, Mere to Girdhar Gopal dusra na koi. So like that, she always continued, and even up to the end, when she was standing in front of Dwarka and Dwarkadhish, at that time also she was singing like that only. And then Dwarkadhish took her and inside her.
I know that separate last lines were very touchy, which that Maharaj was. It is there in the history of Mirabai.
So we had to be like her only, whether to have the complete faith in the Lord, that He will always bless us.
Yes. Very nice. Any other point of today's class?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. So today started with this Guru Parampara thing, and we understand one thing very clearly, that whatever we do or whatever we follow on the path of devotion or devotional service, it should be strict in adherence to the Guru Parampara system, and I think we saw a lot of examples in that.
Yes. Right.
Prabhuji, in the purport of the shloka 26, I believe 25, wherein how do you observe the Payavrata Vrat? It is mentioned that only by consuming milk, and especially for devotees after Ekadashi, the Dwadashi should be followed in that fashion. But my question is, on Ekadashi day we consume so much of prasadam.
Arey Prabhu, kya hai? Prabhupada got started, Prabhupada was focusing on seva. So during Prabhupada time, what happened? These foreigners or these people, when they were told to observe the fast, they stopped doing seva. Ekadashi ke din matlab kuch kaam nahi. So Prabhupada was very disturbed. And Prabhupada told, खाना खाओ, stand करो, सेवा रहना चाहिए, सेवा छूटनी नहीं चाहिए. Don't be an excuse of not doing seva and sitting idle on Ekadashi, because you cannot do Seva is more important. That's why he started, this thing. You understand? What? You understand
Yes.
why our acharyas have done certain things, Why in Kali Yuga, Jagannath Puri is famous for prasad? क्योंकि पहले के जमाने में है ना लेवल रहते थे, ज्ञानमय लेवल थे, फिर विज्ञानमय लेवल थे, ज्ञानमय लेवल थे, फिर प्राणमय लेवल थे, हाँ? फिर ये एक है अग्नि, ये इसको बोलते हैं भोजनमय लेवल। तो आजकल का जो जीवन है ना प्रभु जी, भोजनमय लेवल पे है। पहले के लेवल के लोग बहुत ऊंचे थे, हाँ? और उससे भी नीचे वाला लेवल लोग। तो वी आर डीलिंग विथ लोअर लेवल ऑफ पीपल एंड वी हैव टू एंगेज देम, बट वी हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड द सार। अपने से जितना होता है बेस्ट एकादशी वी शुड ट्राई टू फॉलो। लाइक मेरा सन हर निर्जला एकादशी करता है, लेकिन आई कैन नॉट डू इट। आई हैड डन बट नाउ आई एम नॉट एबल टू डू। तो फ्रूट से करते हैं या जल से करते हैं। So everybody has this level of doing, but the determination should be there that I should excel in the Ekadashi Vrata. जितना जितना हम अपने आप से सिंसियर रहेंगे in the seva, that way we can do it. और कुछ?
Yes, Prabhuji, we have Stephen Prabhu over here. I'll just turn the camera on to him when he's speaking, so you see him how he looks.
Yeah.
Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
I guess the most important point for me was about determination, and
Yeah.
hearing these beautiful stories of you, and seeing all the Vaishnavas here, and trying to not be telling myself I should be too proud of my progress, but either stay humble and pray to Krishna that he will give me the strength to keep on going, and not sit off what I have been doing, but keep on trying to work on it every day, and I guess that's
very nice point. Very nice point. Humility and determination. Very nice point. Any other point? This class?
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam, Prabhuji.
Dandavat.
Prabhuji, today's class you also told about the importance of praying to the Mother Earth.
Yes.
And also offering jal to Surya Dev.
Surya Dev. Yeah.
And another point I thought I will tell, that is like Mirabai, how you were so much impressed that there is Mirabai of South India, that is Andal. And she also merged in the Sri Rangam, Lord, yes, with the Lord himself. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also spent 4 months in Sri Rangam.
Yes,
temple,
yes.
Same
So
city.
all these stans are, these are called Bhu Vaikunta. All these stans are called Bhu Vaikunta. These all are called Bhu Vaikunta. This town. Even today, if you go to Pandharpur, there were so many devotees who have merged in Vigraha of Pandarinath. Anybody remembers? Any story of in Pandarinath mein? Merging? तो कौन सी माता जी थी जिनको भगवान खुद खाना
It starts with J, if anybody remembers. Janabai was there.
Yeah.
Bhadratika was torturing her so much, and she had all
right?
He went to Pandharpur and merged with the Lord.
Yes. Okay, very nice.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. In slok number 25 purport, there is a mention of bhaktis, Navada bhaktis. This, perhaps was done before he joined the class, and this 9 bhaktis, you know, Shravanam, Kirtanam,
Vishnu Smaranam,
Padsevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam. Yeah. So this is also mentioned in this today's class.
Yeah. Very nice. Any other point?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji,
Hare
generally we when we read the Bhagavatam and when we read about the muktis, we always say that we don't merge into the Lord. I mean, that is we don't. That is sahut. That is only for sahajyas. Yeah,
Yes.
sahajyas, prakrita sahajyas.
Right.
So how is it that we read here, like you said in the Katha, that Mirabai merged into the Vigraha?
So merge in the Vigraha, we have to understand Lord took him inside him to his dham. Huh? In the dham. There are realms. We have to understand one thing. Huh? There are realms. There is Pragat Leela, Apragat Leela going on. In all this dham also, Vrindavan dham, you know, there are outer covering, inner covering. So from the outer covering, she has entered to the inner covering. We have to understand that. Lord personally came and took him away with him. So it is not like merging in and becoming one. It is not that. She has entered in the pastime of that place. Dwarka pastimes are still going on. So she has become one of the Patranis in the Dwarka Leela. You understand?
Yes. So she's entered as a Parshad, you can say, as a
Yes.
Nitya Parshad.
Yeah, Nitya Parshad, like Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu entered Jagannath Vigraha. Huh? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu entered Gopinath Vigraha at the same time.
Gopinath.
Yes. So it's not that like lean ho jana. It is that they've entered in the pastimes. Devotees will never go and want to become one with Lord. They want to always serve the Lord. Please understand that thing.
Understand from the Bhagavatam.
Yeah. Any other point? 1 minute is left. We'll wind up the class in 1 minute.
Sundari Radha Devidasi has written one question in the chat box. So Sundari Radha Mata, you can ask, unmute yourself and ask the question. Puchiye.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. Prabhuji, in 28th verse, we are saying that we have few duties towards the spiritual master, the altar. But one thing I did not understand, how we can do our daily duties for the fire. Like, you know, they are saying that we have few duties towards fire and water.
See, one thing you have to understand, water, fire, and all these things, they are devatas. Huh? And they are part of it. Fire is the mouth of the Lord. Lord says that I eat through fire. But when you make me eat through the house, from the mouth of the devotees, I am more pleased. The fire is the mouth of the Lord. That we have to understand. We have to connect the fire with the Lord. As far as the water is concerned, we have to understand is that all the veins, you know, of Lord, the river. Rivers are the veins of the Lord. So in that way, we have to connect the things with the Lord and pray with the Lord. We do not have to see separately from the water, fire, or Mother Earth or something like that. We have to connect all the things to Krishna and pray to them.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. 15, we can close the Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji, we can wind up. It's already.
Somebody has a question. Yeah, we'll take a last question. Santosh Prabhu, aa gaya ye.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, it has been said, Baba Madbhakta Madhyajingma Namaskuru. So in that case, is it okay to worship Suryadev and offering water to Suryadev every morning, or one should stop it?
So when you have to understand, without taking the blessings of the devotees, without taking the blessings, you cannot directly approach to the Lord. You have to become Das, Dasanudas. So in that mood of Das, Dasanudas, and you connect, you do not see separately Suryadev. You do not see separately water. You see that as a part of the Lord. You see them as a part of the Lord. Huh? So we have to, it's not that you become a Krishna Bhakta and you start deriding all the devatas. मैं आज से प्राइम मिनिस्टर का हो गया हूं तो प्राइम मिनिस्टर के साथ जितने भी लोग हैं वो सब को मेरे को कोई लेना देना नहीं है. You have to be in that circle, devotee circle में. Those who say that I am, my Lord clearly says, those who say कि वो मेरा भक्त है, Lord says in the Adi Puran, he is not my devotee, but those is my devotee, he is my real devotee. So a devotee is always humble and he always prays to everybody, and he doesn't want man for himself, but he gives respect to everybody. अरे देवी देवताओं की बात छोड़ो, एक चींटी का भी आदर करता है भक्त तो, हाँ, क्योंकि उसमें भी वो देवी देवता भगवान देखता है. What to speak about देवी देवतास? Understood?
Hare Krishna.
Oh. So we can wind up, Prabhu, now.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram.